they did, and they're just gonna like Josh Allen. He's gonna throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bold prediction.
That's bold. Yeah, if I was a diehard Bills fan, I would not feel good about beating this. This is like,
oh no, Bills fans gotta feel. They got to.
You know they will.
Feel great. They got to feel great about it. The Patriots has literally been wiping their fucking shoes with this team.
I know. If they beat the crap out of the Patriots this weekend, they're gonna be fluffing each other. You know how it goes.
Man.
I don't know. Last year would have meant more.
Agreed.
Right? They had the opportunity. It would have meant way more. Hey, you beat Brady at his, on his way out. Not that we knew that was his way out at the time, but you beat him. You beat him and Belichick together, and it was still a decent team last year. And now Brady's laughing. He owns the Bills. They should have called it TB12 Stadium in Buffalo. And then he went down to Tampa Bay, and he's tearing up down there. They're number 1 in the NFC South. So I don't know. Like that would be like. I'm trying to think of something comparatively like,
it's like beating that.
I know I wouldn't feel good if I was a Colts fan watching that, if they beat the crap out of the Patriots and they put us through some rough times.
Exactly.
I wouldn't feel good.
Exactly.
I didn't feel good. A couple of years ago, the Colts beat the Bills with Derek Anderson. They beat him up, and I was like, whatever.
Matt, I think you couldn't be more right there, man. I mean, I completely agree. Had they given a parting shot for Tom Brady on his way out and made the statement last year when that defense emerged and the Bills kind of looked like a contender to beat Brady once on the way out, I think would have meant a lot more than this Patriots team.
They would have won the AFC East last year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they would have meant a lot more. And I think a lot of this win might feel hollow, kind of like when Floyd Mayweather was kind of beating up on guys past their primes towards the end of his career. That's kind of how I liken it right now. But that was a very intuitive statement you made there. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's got to be said. Sorry,
Buffalo fans are going to feel so fucking good after this, bro. They're going to feel so good after winning this game. Like I already know it, man. I already know it. Hey, I know
we beat the Patriots, just like they were a couple years ago when it was them versus Jacoby Brissett, and they blanked the Patriots. It's like, yo, you didn't beat Brady. And y'all are get out of here.
Yeah, that part of it though just doesn't feel right.
Bills fans still to this day talk about that comeback game where they beat the Patriots like 14 years ago, like it was their crowning achievement in the
It was a fun game, but yes, that was their Super Bowl back if they beat the Patriots, that was their Super Bowl for like the last 20 years. Sorry.
Absolutely right.
That is so sad. That is so
Shots
sad.
fired.
All right. That TB12 Stadium comment, that was nice. Moving on, man. Matt, your Indianapolis Colts traveling to Detroit to take on the 3-3 Detroit Lions. Right now, Detroit are home underdogs, +3. Over under is 50. Matt, of course, this is your team. You have to do the honors, sir. Tell us why the Indianapolis Colts are going to win this football game.
Oh, man. You want to know why? Because my guy here, Phillip Rivers, the comeback kid.
That's a Phillip Rivers bobblehead for those who are listening and can't see us.
He's a comeback kid. We see what he did against Cincinnati a couple weeks ago. No, I don't know. I'm actually that's like
those mighty Bengals.
Yeah. Boy, he pulled that one out.
I know. Here I am messing with the Bills fans for being proud of a victory over the Patriots without Tom Brady, and I do that. No, in all seriousness, I think this. They're coming off a bye. Yeah, sure, they're on the road. This Indy team is still weird, and I'm personally still waiting for like that statement win. And if they beat Detroit this week, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be quite that, unfortunately. But Detroit is a tricky team. They've beaten some from a competitive. They just beaten some weird teams. They've lost to some weird teams too. But they take early leads and then they fall apart. And I think that's going to play into our advantage. There was a beautiful comeback on the part of Matthew Stafford last week. I want to give him credit. Top 5 most underrated quarterback of this generation. For that comeback drive against those, it was the bum ass Falcons, but Indy's got some pieces coming back to him. You're getting Darius Leonard back, so this defense looks night and day different without him. So having him back is very important. This offense is starting to finally, I think, find its groove. I've been very concerned with some of the play calling on Frank Reich's part, but I think they're finding a little bit of a balance here. And Rivers can show that when, he's backed into a corner, when the pressure's really on him, he can kind of deliver. And I think this would be a big game. The Colts need to win this one, too, because they have a very tough back half, which starts off the following week against your Baltimore Ravens or Bryce. But, I'm going to take the Colts to win this one. I think it's going to be close. I would actually I would take, if I'm for the point spread, I would take Detroit +3 here. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to do, I'm going to say it's like 24-21, maybe. And that's taking the under on the overall, the under on the bet, which is 50. So, but I'm going to go Colts here. I think it's a fair, they've been more consistent, if that makes sense.
Okay. Rueter?
Oh, you're going to have me go on after the Colts expert. Unbelievable. Might as well be throwing me to the Lions.
Throwing you to the Stampede.
What you did there.
Threw me against those Detroit Lions. No, I think that you're right, Matt, in so many ways about that. I think that Darius Leonard makes all the difference here. I think that Darius Leonard is strong enough, if he can stay healthy for the rest of the season, to propel this team to the playoffs on defense. I think he's that good. From what I saw from him, the passion that he plays with, and just the love of the game that he plays with, and the high level that he plays at, I think he's become one of my absolute favorite players. That, and it's very, very hard to call a game in favor of Detroit. You just, when I said earlier that the Rams were perhaps one of the most hard to predict teams and what team's going to show up, the Detroit Lions are the most hard to predict team, because on any given day, they can compete and they can play. And I think it is Matt Stafford that keeps them in those games. And
for sure.
I just think that the Colts are going to be too good, and they're more stable. Exactly like you said, in every way. I think in coaching, in quarterback play, in defense, they're the more stable team. Give me them to win 30-20. I think that they're going to put up some points. And I think just having Darius Leonard back on the field tips the scales in their favor. This was kind of an easy one for me, to be honest. And I'm happy. I'm happy to see the Colts doing well, particularly for Frank Reich. And while I've got you on the cast here, Matt, I just want to say that it's a great franchise. It really is. I always root for them in that division. They're a stand-up group, and wish them the best this week.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. No, proud. I'm a proud Colts fan myself. Obviously.
What? You guys want to get a room? What? Like, God damn.
I'm just showing some appreciation. Listen, as a fan, okay, of every mismanaged team in the history of sports, as an Indians fan, as a Dolphins fan, as a Sabres fan, for Christ's sake. Sorry, Bryce. We don't have the greatest. We're not the Baltimore Ravens over here. So when a team puts it together that we're a fan of, and I can appreciate when I see a well-run organization from a hard luck kind of city, So
listen, I get it. I get it. I'm a dysfunctional fan of the Philadelphia 76ers. Like, I get it.
Hey, just remember, the Ravens got our sloppy seconds in Baltimore.
Oh,
hey, listen.
There's a Ravens franchise because the Colts didn't want to play in Baltimore anymore.
Listen, those sloppy seconds equals the 2 Super Bowls. I'll take them. I'm good. Damn. I'm good. This Colts team defensively is ranked number 2, which isn't something that you really see from an Indianapolis team to be this good defensively. And
Peyton Manning wanted this for years.
Right, exactly. Imagine, he probably would have got probably 2 or 3 more Super Bowls in Indy if they had a solid defense.
Oh my God, most likely.
But yeah, I like Indy in this game. I like Detroit. I like Matt Stafford. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. Adrian Peterson is still getting it done. Swift has been looking good on a week-to-week basis. He's been getting more touches, and he's been looking good and taking advantage of his opportunities. That Lions offense is decent. Like, we've seen them beat Atlanta last-second fashion there. That was awesome to watch. But if Phillip Rivers cannot turn the ball over and just play like game manager football and let this defense just handle things, I think Indy can kind of win this game easily. I'm going to go with a score of 24, and I'm going to give Detroit 14. And, I think Indy's defense kind of carries the way here for you guys and win this football game for you.
Hey, we'll take it. A win's a win.
It's exactly.
A win's a win. I'm scared. I mean, I'm scared of this back half, man. I'm scared of this back half schedule. We got Baltimore. We got Green Bay. We got Tennessee twice. Oh, vey. I needed that bye week last week. As a fan.
Yeah, I was talking to Rueter on our last episode. We were saying like Ravens had a bye week, and football last week Sunday was like a little bit more enjoyable because you don't have like a dog in a fight. You could kind of just sit back and watch the action, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of. I mean, there weren't really great games on, but it was nice to kind of just be like, okay, I can enjoy this. I'm not going to want to smash my Colts merchandise and stuff. So I definitely, that was nice.
All right, guys, moving forward here. AFC West battle. LA Chargers traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. Right now, Broncos are home underdogs, plus 3.5. Over under is 44.5. I'm going to make this quick. The Chargers with Herbert has been looking really good. And Denver's defense is solid. They're a really good defense. I think that Herbert and this offense, I trust a little bit more. And on the opposite side of the football, Drew Lock is not a good quarterback. I want him to be good so bad. It has some awesome names at receiver, but I don't know if they're actually good because he hasn't been that great. I mean, Sutton's been out for the season. I'm going to go with LA to win this game. I'm going to go with a score of 30-17, LA.
I like that. I like that a bunch. Yeah, the Chargers have definitely been the more electric team, and in every game you're seeing a lot of. I have a feeling of optimism every time I watch the Chargers play. Justin Herbert has been so exciting to watch, making some like legit pro level passes, dropping dimes, and he has a great rapport with Keenan Allen. I think together, I think every time Herbert has targeted Keenan Allen, there has not been a drop. To my knowledge, at least that was a stat a couple weeks ago, which is still pretty significant. Here in week 8, week 7, whenever that stat line was. So I would have to say yes. I'm going to take the Chargers on this one. I'll take the under. I'm going to go 28 to 10. 28 to 10 on this one. I'm just I agree with you, Bryce. I'm not feeling the Denver Broncos this year. I'm kind of sad. I had high aspirations for them.
Me too, man. I wanted them to be good.
The injuries.
And Drew Lock, he's not good.
Yeah,
he's not a good quarterback. Like it sucks.
No, it's been a rocky year. Defensively, they lost so many pieces to start off, and then offensively, the running game hasn't gotten going quite the way that they wanted to. It's pretty depressing. It's kind of depressing.
He made Melvin Gordon drink and drive. Like that's Drew Lock's fault. That man was stressed the fuck out. I don't know what to do. He's like having Drake moments, talking to a girl on the phone while driving, drunk as shit, and got busted. It's all Drew Lock's fault. Blame the white guy.
I second that.
Rueter?
That's a tough act to follow right there. But I will say that I'm in complete agreement. I think the loss of Von Miller at the beginning of this season was just too much to overcome. Not only is he the leader on the field as one of the best defensive players in the game, but I don't know that there's a better leader off the field as well in Von Miller. Just a well-respected guy, just a huge locker room guy. Yeah. It's the heart and soul of the team, and they ripped him out. If the Bills fans could think, it'd be something like akin to losing Josh Allen. I mean, that was their guy. So I think that kind of did them in right there. And then, yes, the Drew Lock not living up to expectations. You could say Jerry Jeudy not living up to expectations. Cortland Sutton out for the year. There were just too many things that happened to this team to find success there. On the other side of the ball, Chargers been a little inconsistent, but I think since Herbert's taken over there, since the sabotage doctor stabbed Tyrod in the lungs, I think you've seen that this kid can play. This kid can absolutely play on this level. It really really has me hoping that my Miami Dolphins took the right guy here with Tua. I've got to hope that he comes out slinging and looks really good, because